Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskyy said that Western artillery given to Ukraine is finally starting to have an impact on Russia's slowly advancing forces. Meanwhile, a top Russian official has warned the US against punishing Russia's actions in Ukraine, saying it risks incurring the wrath of God if it does so. Heavy shelling continued along the Donetsk front line on Wednesday, although Russian forces made limited gains, according to an intelligence update from Britain's Ministry of Defense, with Russia's forces likely to be reforming after last week's heavy fighting. Russia has turned its attention to capturing more parts of the Donetsk region of the Donbass, having already seized the neighboring Luhansk province. Donetsk is now experiencing heavy shelling, the same strategy that Russian forces used in Luhansk. Sloviansk, Kramatorsk, and Bakhmut are now Russia's key targets. Sloviansk, in particular, has found itself on the front line as Russian forces advance. The British Defense Ministry said yesterday that the battle for the city will be the next key contest for Ukraine. The battle for Luhansk, the part of the Donbass that Russian forces claim to have captured last weekend, is not over yet, according to Suri Haidai, the head of the region's military administration. Fights continue on the outskirts of Luhansk region, with Russian forces trying to establish complete control over the area and the main road between Lysychansk in Luhansk and Bakhmut in the neighboring Donetsk region. Russian forces on the front line in Donetsk have made few advances over the last 24 hours, according to the UK's Ministry of Defense, but this is likely to be due to its troops regrouping before a renewed push into the Donetsk region. Russian units involved in last week's gains are now likely reconstituting, the ministry said on Twitter Thursday. Russia has not claimed to have taken any new territory in recent days, but analysts say it is likely due to its forces regrouping before launching another assault on the Donetsk region in the Donbass. Russia has already seized the neighboring Luhansk province following the capture of the city of Lysychansk last weekend. Analysts from the Institute for War said Wednesday evening that the Russian Defense Ministry claimed territorial gains every day from the start of the war, but has not claimed any new territory or ground force movements since completing the encirclement of Lysychansk. However, Russian forces still conducted limited and unsuccessful ground assaults across all axes on July 6. Such attempts are consistent with a Russian operational pause, which does not imply or require the complete cessation of active hostilities. The analysts said that Russian forces will likely confine themselves to relatively small-scale offensive actions as they attempt to set conditions for more significant offensive operations and rebuild the combat power needed to attempt those more ambitious undertakings. Russia claimed on Wednesday that it had destroyed 2 US-made rocket systems. Ukraine was given 8 such systems by the US in recent weeks, but Ukraine has denied this, saying it was propaganda and fake news. HIMARS jet systems provided by American partners constantly deliver devastating strikes at strategically important enemy points, resulting in colossal losses among equipment, personnel, and occupying forces, Ukraine said. Ukraine's rebuttal came after Russia's Ministry of Defense claimed on Wednesday that it destroyed 2 US-made HIMARS. High-precision air-based missiles have destroyed 2 US-made HIMARS multiple-launch rocket launchers and 2 ammunition depots near Malotaranovka in Donetsk People's Republic, the ministry claimed in its latest military update on Wednesday.